Hey, everybody. Welcome to Life with Marlene. I just wanted to come in, do a pop up talk to you guys for a little bit. I hope everybody's doing amazing. I definitely appreciate everybody's support. Thank you guys so much for your support always. And yeah, I just want to let me get this. You know how it goes when you try to turn your camera on and it won't let you. I'm coming, guys. Hold on one second. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Let me see if I can try. I'm going to try one more time. I may have to go out and come back in. But how are you, Gems, doing? Happy Thursday to you all. I hope everybody's doing awesome. I am. So there we go. Second time, third time is a charm, right? So, how are you guys doing? I definitely want to come in and with this topic that I have. And today's topic is to show them who you are, okay? Show people who you are. And I feel like this is very appropriate right now to talk about it and to say this show people who you are. And especially being on social media, I find it to be very interesting. People say who they are, but it's a whole nother thing how they show up, how they treat one another, how you act. You can say all day long for me. This is my personal opinion. People can say all day long who they are, but when you really see, when everything happens, when situations happen, when there's a falling out, when there's whatever, when there's issues, you show at the end of the day who you are as a woman and you show who you are as a man. And I definitely believe in the importance of having high character, high values, high morals. Even when pressed, I still am never to where I am disrespectful. I don't shame my family's name. I don't show disrespect for myself. I don't show disrespect for other people. Yeah, and all those things. Hey, Boss Life Online, how are you doing? Welcome. Good to see you. Happy Thursday to you. I definitely appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for your support. If you could please hit the like, I'd really appreciate it. Yeah, I wanted to come in and say this, it's who you show people who you are at the end of the day. And I want to start off by saying this. This is to all of the people who are survivors of a situation. You've survived, you've been through certain situations and obstacles and traumas, and you could have went left, you could have went the other way, you could have been a nasty, a bitter individual. But I'm talking to those of you who have made a personal choice to be joyous, to be happy, to work hard, to go after your dreams. And this is who I'm targeting with this message today. Show people who you are. Show people what you are made of. Show people that you're not just like everybody else, because it's easy to say that you're about all of these things. And we see it all the time. People on social media say they're the nicest, they're the sweetest people. And then the mask falls off and you really find out who people really are. But I want to keep this message today positive. It's who you show people who you are at the end of the day. I think that's very important when it comes to business. And for me, YouTube is my business. So I take that seriously. And also, I represent my Father in heaven, I represent my family name. And I am definitely proud of the woman that I am today. I hope that you are proud of the woman you are today or the man that you are today. There's nobody who is like you. And I feel so good inside when I say that. I say that full of pride and full of courage that I'm proud of the woman that I am today because if I was the person that I was before, I would have been angry, bitter, sad, complaining, screaming, being in the same place that I was years ago. But we have the opportunity to make changes. Yes, amen. Proud. I'm proud of the woman that I am today. And I hope that you are proud of the woman or the man that you are. And I definitely wanted to come and to say this and to spread this message. Be proud of who you are. And don't try to follow behind the crowd and be like everybody else. Don't try to do things for clicks and views. And people do it all the time. Do things because it's who you are. It's because what you're good at. It's your talent. It's your gift. It's because you have something that you have learned and you want to teach and help other people. I think that that's a very profound when you, as a grown woman or a grown man, make a choice to have a positive impact on others. When you make a choice to know your worth, even when other people around you don't see your worth, okay? And I say that proudly, courageously, and victoriously. You have overcome so many things, okay? Hey, Miss Kim, how are you doing? Good afternoon. How are you doing? Happy Thursday to you. And I say this loud and proud. Be proud of who you are today. And I want to talk about some of the things that how we can show people who you really are. It's an easy thing to say, I'm about this, I'm about that, and I do this and I do that. But who are you when your back is against the wall? Who are you when there's nobody around, when it's just you and your higher power? Who are you then? Are you underhanded? Are you cutthroat? Will you sell your soul? Hmm. Yeah, I'm not coming to say things nicely, kindly, sweetly. I'm here to say what my spirit has told me to say. Who are you when nobody else knows? Who are you? Are you the kind of individual that will make another person proud? Do you make your ancestors proud every day for the way that you treat yourself and the way that you treat others? I stand on that. And my spirit told me that it's time to say this. It's not about who we say we are, it's about who we show we are. It's who you show you are. And a lot of people, they will say all day long, I'm about all of these things, and then when something comes up, they change personalities, they change attitude, they change what they said that they would never do, they backpedal, they backstab, they do a lot of things. So really, at the end of the day, this conversation is about going inside of yourself, taking a deep dive in yourself, and not only saying who you are, but asking yourself those questions. What do I do? How do I treat other people? How do I treat myself? I think it took me a really long time to be able to look at myself in the mirror and to say that I didn't always treat myself the way that I should. I didn't respect myself. I didn't speak up when I needed to. I was not courageous when I needed to. I was not bold enough. I didn't allow myself a chance to fight. I threw in the towel too easily. So, this message is for all of you who are going through something. And I think that every single person in this life is going through something. It's just most people won't admit it. Everybody's going through something, some form of hurdle or struggle. It could be a health problem. It could be, you're having issues coping with this life mentally. It's you're dealing with a trauma at the moment. You're dealing with financial struggles. Everybody is dealing with something. Everybody is dealing with somebody. Everybody has people in their life that is making their life pretty difficult right now, whether it's on the job, it could be your children, grandchildren, siblings, a friend, an associate. There's always somebody that tries to stand in the way of your progress, your joy, your elevation when you're trying to do your best. Um, there's always going to be somebody that wants to come in the way and try to get you to do something inferior. They try to get you down. There are some people out there that all they want to do is to break your spirit and make you feel miserable. Their goal will be accomplished if they allow you, if you just slow down. Okay, even if you all you do is slow down, if they cause you to be, oh yeah, and go tit for tat, go at them, start an argument, start some beef, start some disagreements. Okay. But who are you when you allow people to easily manipulate you? Who are you if you allow yourself to lower your standard, to lower your vibration, to lower your energy? Hmm. Nobody has that right. But a lot of times we give people the permission to play games with us because we haven't energized our mind. We haven't spoken life into ourselves. So if you have not already today, I recommend that you look at yourself in the mirror and you say to yourself, I have the potential for prosperity. I have the potential for change. What I can do is unlimited because I believe in that and I believe in me. But we say things out of our mouth, we speak things out of our mouth, and you walk around with your head upright. That's what we should do. But then when you go home, at the end of the day, maybe the people around you are negative influences. Maybe they don't support you. Maybe they don't listen to you. Maybe they don't try to understand you. And then here comes the discouragement. And discouragement comes in every single day, whether people want to admit it to themselves or not. Okay? Let me see what Miss Kim said. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of convenience and comfort, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. Yes. Yes, Miss Kim. Great quote. I really like that. Thank you, Boss Life Online. Hey, Vondi, how are you doing? Welcome. I do definitely think that it's so important to go inside of yourself from time to time and encourage yourself, pat yourself on the back and say, you're doing a great job. You are a phenomenal woman or you are a phenomenal man. I can do great things. I have potential inside of myself. And the thing is that we have to ask ourselves sometimes, what am I doing with that potential inside of myself? Okay. Miss Kim says, and this builds those spiritual muscles. You may fall, but it's when you get up that counts. Exactly, exactly. It's when you get up. It's about getting up. And so much things in this life causes you to feel so discouraged, so down, so sad. Dealing with our own issues, and those issues never go away. It seems like when problems happen to us, they just it's like one thing after another. When it's this, then it's that, then it's this, and it's that, right? Yeah, all of those things. Hey, Vaughn, thank you so much, Miss Kim. I appreciate it. I really think that it's important to speak this out loud because not everybody has a supportive environment, a supportive circle of people who speak love, light, positivity, encouragement, prosperity inside of them. And if we don't possess it sometimes because of life, struggles, things we're dealing with, we don't always think in the best way, right? We don't always think in the best way. We don't always think the best of ourselves, right? We can put ourselves down. We can be our own worst critic. Hmm. We can, right? We can put ourselves down and we can keep saying, why did you make this mistake? Why did you do this? Why did you do that? When you should be saying, I'm a human being. I make mistakes and it's okay. It's a part of my journey of my life. Because of that situation, it taught me something. See, we have to take our obstacles and turn it into an opportunity. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. There are certain obstacles that happen to us, there's certain challenges, there's certain difficulties that happen to us for us to find out what we're really made of. Hmm. So, what are you gems made of? Are you made of strong materials? Are you made of power? You know, is there power? Is there strength inside of you? Or have you just given all of that away? Because of life and problems and people and difficulties and bills and stress, yada, 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 it can cause us to just give up on our hopes, give up on our dreams, give up on wanting things, giving up on challenging ourselves to do more, to live to our highest capacity. Now, I will tell you that it's not the easiest thing to live to our highest capacity. It's very difficult. There's so much challenges, and there's always going to be the people who are going to come with their backbiting, their negativity, their everything. You know, when you're at your weakest and your darkest moments, here's always somebody that's going to come with the jab. There's always going to be somebody at your hardest and your darkest times, your saddest moments, your most difficult. And here comes somebody with their smart mouth or their assumptions or their gossip or their lies or their negativity, something to try to get inside of your head and make you get distracted, even if it's for a moment. Even for a moment, if somebody can get you to take your eye off the target of your life and your focus where you should be going, that's all it takes. It only takes one moment of indiscretion, one moment of taking your eye off the target where you can lose out on opportunities and blessings. There's so much things that we can lose out on by listening to other people, by giving way to fear, by giving way to doubt. Yeah, and we have to stop doing that. We have to be our own friend. And it's something that we have to work on, that resolve and strengthen it from the inside of us. It has to be from our core, from our gut. So when you're going through a challenge, a change, a difficult person in your life, that you find that courage and potential inside of yourself. See, we don't know always how strong we can be until being strong is our only option. Until when your back is against the wall, until when it's only you, you don't have anybody else. It seems that everybody has left your life. Everybody has just said, well, I guess this has to be me. There are certain things in our life where you may have to be the strong one. You may have to be the trailblazer. You may have to be the one to say, I guess it's going to be me to have to stand up. It's going to have to be me to be strong. It's going to have to be me to be courageous. Yeah. And I feel that that message is for somebody. There are times where you want support, you need support, but you're not getting it because guess what? That support is supposed to come from you. These are the times where you need to be working on yourself and encouraging yourself. Yeah. This is your time where you have to say, I'm strong enough. I have the potential inside of myself. I can do it. And then you go for it and make it happen. Go for it and make it happen. Yeah. Go for it. See, I hear all the time and I see people all the time. They're always looking at what other people are doing. And oh, and they have this and they have that. And they see people have certain things in their life. But what people don't understand is what a person has done in order to have that, what they have been through, what they have gone through, what they have fought for, what they have allowed themselves to face in order to have that. See, that's the type of resolve that we each have to have as human beings, as grown women and grown men. And I know that life, I know that people, I know that stress, I know that circumstances, I know that disappointments cause us to make us feel like, what is the point? What is the point to even try? And I just see Miss Leticia come in. How you doing, Leticia? Good afternoon to you. Welcome. I hope you're doing well. And shout out to everybody in the chat. If you guys hit the like, I'd really appreciate it. Hey Bill, how are you doing? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it, everybody. Hope everybody's Thursday is going amazing. Oh, yes, that part right there where your back is up against the wall. Yeah. Um, I'll share something with you all. There are times where you have nowhere to go but up. And I feel that's an on-time message for somebody. Sometimes you have nowhere to go but up, because you've been down for so long. You've been discouraged for so long. You've been sad for so long. You've been disappointed for so long. People have let you down. People have stabbed you in the back. Now this is your time. Turn those disappointments into your elevation, into your opportunity to show how much you can grow, how much you want something, how much you will allow yourself to go after something. Because at the end of the day, it really is up to us. It really is up to you whether you win or lose in this life. See, it's about convincing yourself and allowing yourself to let go when you make those mistakes. I think that's the separation between a strong person and a weak person mentally. It's when you say, I messed up, and it's that one person where their mind is weak and they just keep rehashing it, just like a scratch record over and over again. I can't believe I did that. I can't believe it. Whereas a person who has a strong mindset will say, man, that was a mistake. How can I do better? And then they allow themselves to move forward and to move on. And that's what I want for all of you, gems, is for you to be the latter. Whenever you go through something, whenever you do something, whenever something happens in your life that wasn't always the best for you, allow yourself to let that go and say, I forgive you. Now let's move on. Better is for me. Or ask yourself, what lesson did I learn from that? There are so many times in this life that we are going to keep making the same mistakes over and over again until we learn the lesson. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. There are so many times where we keep choosing the same type of person in a romantic relationship. You keep choosing the same type of person with friendships because you have not healed or fixed that pain inside of us, right? Oh, Leticia became a member. Thank you so much, Leticia. I really appreciate it. Shout out to you. Welcome to membership. I don't have a song yet, but I will do that super chat song. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Let's do the panda. Thank you, Leticia. Welcome to membership. When I get 4 more members, I'm going to, oh, you gifted some memberships. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I said when I get 5 memberships, look at God. When I get five members, I'm going to do the first member only video or live stream. So there I go. Be careful what you speak out of your mouth, everybody. Be careful what you speak out your mouth. So really appreciate it. I don't know who are going to be the 5 new members, but shout out to Leticia. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You guys let me know who gets gifted memberships, because I can't really see. You had no idea either? Oh, okay. Awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, that part on Boss Life Online, their journey, right? Their journey. their journey. Don't let other people um don't let other people and their lack of skill, their lack of encouragement, their lack of fight, their lack of drive, their giving into their fears stop you from being who you're supposed to be. Don't let anybody make you feel sad. Don't let anybody make you stop from having your dreams. Don't let anybody stop you from improving the quality of who you are, working on your relationships. There's nothing like being better, being a better mother or father, a sister or brother, grandma, cousin, whoever you are to other people. When we work on ourselves, we become better. And I did a live stream the other day about becoming better and not bitter. Become better, not bitter. Hey, Tamika, how are you doing? Welcome. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Happy Thursday to you. Um, and I felt like this was a very on-time message for me to have on this channel, to say that don't allow the negativity from other people to become yours. A lot of times we take on the problems of other people. We take on the stresses of other people. Welcome, new members. The Word, Adventures with Roxanne, Heather, Lisa J. Stocks, and Sylvis Jackson. Oh, awesome. Thank you so much to the new members. I really appreciate you, Leticia, for gifting those memberships. Shout out to all of you guys and welcome to membership on this channel. We're going to have to do a little powwow to welcome you guys to membership, but let me put this up one more time. Welcome to membership, guys. Yeah, shout out to you, Leticia. I really appreciate it. That was very sweet of you. So, let me say this. Let me say this to all of you. This life can be very discouraging, very, very discouraging. And it's about what we allow our mind to be. What do we allow our mind to be? Do you allow your mind to go to that negative space? Do you allow your mind to stay there? And I will say that it's nothing wrong with the negativity. See, that negativity, sometimes there are times where we should be upset about certain things that people do to us. There's nothing wrong with getting upset, with getting angry, but it's not allowing ourselves to stay there. Don't allow yourself to stay in a negative space for too long. Be upset, talk about it, and then get busy. Turn that energy into the direction to where you should be, the direction to where you need to go. And I will say that sometimes we can't do it all on our own. We feel that way. I know I definitely felt that way. I feel like, oh, I don't need anybody to help me, but everybody needs some support. So for me, my start began with therapy. Then after therapy, getting a great mentor, a life coach, and some accountability partners. You got to have people who are doing some great things. And it doesn't have to be the same thing that you're doing, but just people who are phenomenal people, people who are accountable for themselves. They're doing the right thing. And let me tell you something. It's not easy to do the right thing. It's so difficult to do the right thing because when somebody does something to you, the first thing that you want to do is get even. How can I get back at them? How can I do something to hurt them like they hurt me? But we're not that way. Let's see, we know better. We know better. We deserve better, and we have greater coming for us. Leave those negative people on the side. Let them say what they want to say. Let them not like you. Remember, not everybody is supposed to, you're not supposed to like everybody. Mm-mm. You know why? Because some people are evil. Some people are not focused. Some people are not the right energy and vibration that you need. That part. Some people just their vibration is just completely off. They're just completely off. So don't allow that to deter you. Just because a person may not like you, it doesn't mean that you're not a person that can be liked. It just means that you're not liked by that person. Don't allow the interpretations, the evaluations of other people to cause you to feel like you're less than, because you're not. You're not less than. You're somebody important. You are special. But if more of us in this community don't build on that and seek to elevate, that's all you have to do. Seek to elevate other people. See, because it's very easy. It's very easy. It's very low vibrational to look at another person and then throw shots at them. Oh, you do this. See the flaws, the holes in somebody's personality. It's easy to do that. That's easy. But it's another thing to be mature and to be on point to say, you can do it. Come on. Come on. I'm here for you. I'm going to support you. That's another thing, right? It's a whole nother thing to when you see when you have an opportunity to get even with somebody. I'm saying this one from my gut. When you have the opportunity to get even with somebody, but you choose not to. That's personal growth. That's maturity. That's elevation. That is light. Mm-hmm. It really is, because it's very easy, especially on these YouTube streets. It's so easy to be messy. It's easy. That part is easy. It's easy to look at another person and start clowning another person, putting down another person, or to say they are this or they are that. That part is easy. But it's another thing to look at somebody and to not look just at what you may not like, but to look at their potential. What are they good at? What are their gifts? What are they good at? What are their gifts? And it does take a person who is in a good place in their own mind, right? You have to be mature enough to look at another individual and to not be intimidated because they have a talent, or to not be jealous because you can't do what they do. It doesn't matter if you can't do what they do. It's not about that. It's about you doing what you're supposed to do. Yeah, all of that. See, I'm raising the energy source, the light, the vibration. If more of us believed in our own self and were working on our own focus, we wouldn't have time to try to dim the light of others, because you're so busy brightening your light. You're so busy elevating. You're so busy focusing on yourself that you don't have any time to do anything but to be a shining light, to be a good example, to be radiating your positivity. Yeah. And I speak that from a place of a woman who, now I'm telling y'all, I used to be the most like talk about people, clown about people, gossip about people, all of those things. But I learned that I don't like to listen to that. I don't like to be a part of that. No, because you can't prosper, conquer, and grow to bigger, better, and greater things when you're busy putting down other people. See, to get the elevation that you need, you got to leave that stuff behind, because it's like a weight that will weigh you down, that you can't elevate and get to a higher plane and place in your life if you're so busy putting down other people. See, if you're busy in your own focus on your own light, working on your own talents, loving yourself, working on your own personal relationship. Now I'm telling you that that's not an easy road. It's not an easy thing to look at your own self in the mirror and to say that. Hmm, why? Why is it that this person irritates me so much? I had to ask myself some of these questions. Why does a person irritate me so much? And most of the time it was because they're doing what I won't do. Or I wish I had what they had. Let's be honest about that. Let's be honest. Most of the time, the jealousy stems from us wanting what they have. Okay. And instead of wanting what somebody else has, how about us focusing our energy and saying, what am I supposed to have? See, the thing about it is that if we're really focused on ourselves, what we're good at, what we can do, then what we may be looking at is not even what we want. A lot of times we're looking at other people and we see what they have. And yes, it may be nice and it's wonderful. And I always am so happy for the success and the personal growth of other people. But I'm trying to tell y'all, I don't want another person's gift. I don't want another person's blessing. I don't want another person's potential. I want my own potential. I want to elevate my own light. I want to work on myself. I want what is meant to be for me. I want what's meant to be for me, not what is meant to be for you, because maybe what you have, I've learned that many years ago, or maybe that's something not even in line of what I like. Maybe that's not my gift. I had to learn that instead of looking and saying I want like this person, or I want like that, or I learned to not limit myself. I'm working on to remove those limitations, that sometimes those limitations are put on us from our childhood, when you were told specific things. You can't do this like this person, or you can't do it like this person, or you're not this, or you're not that. We have to go back in time and forgive the people who said those things to us, and then we have to put some new things inside of us, like reprogramming or giving ourselves a new direction, a new mantra for our life, right? We're the ones that have to challenge our life. And that's not the easiest thing to do. It's not the easiest thing in this life to challenge the norm, what you're used to, because let me tell y'all something. It's so easy to be comfortable. Okay, being comfortable in what we've always done. If you're wanting a certain weight, wanting even certain like small short-term goals, like for me, growing my hair, taking better care of my skin, taking care of my weight, doing what I need to do for my business, working on being in the moment and spending quality time with the people that I care about. I have to be very cognizant of myself, of what I put my time, my energy into, because a lot of times I'll be putting so much energy into frivolous things. I'll be putting my energy into people who don't care about people who don't care about me. Actually, people, if I'm going to be honest, 100%, is people who don't care about me at all. But I'm trying to force it. I'm trying to, especially, let me say it because I feel something coming. I feel some awakening in my spirit. It just told me a message that a lot of times we want to force relationships. We're trying to force our relatives, or you're trying to force a romantic relationship that you've known that hasn't been working for quite some time, or maybe it has never worked. Maybe it's never worked. It's never been right, but we try to force it. We're trying to make it because we feel that this is what we're supposed to do. This is who we are. But don't force relationships, because what is meant to be will be. Who is supposed to be in our lives will. Who deserves your support will get it. Okay. So don't try to force people into a mold, because you can't hold people down. People who want to be in your life will. People who want to support you will. You got to let go of that power to try to control people. You can't control people. People are going to do what they want to do. People are going to say what they want to say. They're going to be around you if they want to be around you. And if they don't, they won't. We got to let go of that and stop being upset about who or what or when or where and how come I'm not getting what other people are getting. No, we got to stop that. We have to show, okay, in the meantime, I know I want to get to this level of success. I know that I deserve these things. I know that I can get it. But in the meantime, there are certain things that we need to think about. I know I definitely have. What do I need to work on so that I could be in that role? When I get to be that role, to my elevation and my success, I know how to handle it. See, I had one of the best mentors ever in life. God rest her soul. And she told me something that I always think about from time to time. She always told me to not get ready, but to be ready. You should always be ready for the next step in your life so that when the opportunity shows itself, that it's not, oh, okay, hold on, let me, no, you're like, okay, come on, let's go, let's do this. We have to get ready so when we get to certain elevation, when we get in that role of being the leader, that we know how to take that leadership role, that we prepare in the small stages when people are doing wrong to us, gossiping about us, backbiting, that if you can handle it on a small scale, when it gets to a higher scale, you know how to deal with it. See, prepare yourself before you get whatever it is you're supposed to get, before things come to fruition. Until you get to your level of success, you got to start preparing yourself for the role that you want to be in. And it's a serious thing. I take that very seriously. There are certain people that it's not worth it. Certain people are not worth it. Certain people don't deserve you. They don't deserve to be in your life. And let me say this: stop holding on to people that you should have let go a long time ago. There are certain people that we definitely need to let go of out of our life. Let them go. They're always complaining. You're always complaining about them. You're always, and I hear people complaining about boyfriend, girlfriend, relative, whoever, their job. They hate it. If you hate something or what other people are doing, their bad behaviors, then why do you keep allowing it? See, you are showing who you are by what you allow. What do you allow in your life? You got to know what you deserve. Know that you deserve better. And you got to show people, this is what I'm going to take. This is what it is. And if you don't like it, there's the door. And other people say that you're harsh, you're mean. No, it means that you have standards. It means that you know your worth. It means that you know what you deserve. See, one thing that people don't know is people don't know your backstory. People don't know the times where maybe you were a doormat. Maybe you didn't know how to find your own voice. Maybe you didn't know your potential. Maybe you didn't know your worth. You didn't know what you deserved. You didn't know the direction of your life. But today, strong, prosperous, focused, mature, okay, accountable. That's a big one. And I want that for everybody, but I know that not everybody wants this. I know this is not a message that a lot of people want to hear. And I don't say that, say it to reach everybody. I say this to reach the right people. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. Right on point, Leticia. If you don't like me, that sounds like a personal problem. Exactly, Miss Kim, exactly. I am open to giving everyone an opportunity to get to know me. I love supporting my fellow brothers and sisters. Yes, Miss Kim. Right? That's the question we need to ask ourselves. Why don't I like that person? And most people don't ever get past that. They look at somebody and they they hate them. And I can say this because I used to be that person, jealous. Oh, who do they think they are? They think they're better than me. All you're doing is projecting. All you're doing is projecting your fears, your doubts, your worries, your insecurities from onto another person. They never said they thought they were better than you. You're the one that said it. So we have to question when things come out of our mouth. We've got to ask ourselves, why am I saying this about another person? And most of the time, that person has done nothing to us. You just don't like them for no reason at all. So, yeah, it causes for us to do some sort of deep dive and evaluation inside of ourselves. Hey, Miss Tracy, how are you doing? Welcome. Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Happy Thursday. So I'm going to put the link in here if anybody wants to come up. They have something they want to say, add to this discussion, because it's not just me. I want to hear, how do you show people who you are, before I get into my 4 points. I want to find out what you guys have to say. How do you show people who you are? How do you deal with difficult people? It's all up to us. It's all how our life is, how we feel about ourselves is all up to us. Hmm. It really is. I see Miss Geo backstage. Let's welcome her to the show. Hey, Geo.
Hey, everybody. Hello, everyone in the chat. This is such a great topic. Marlene, is who you show them who you are. I show people who I am by just doing exactly what I say I'm going to do.
Mhm.
Okay. Uh, if I need to ask you a question, or if you hurt my feelings or whatever, I know how to. I'm not going to do it in the chat and get online and do my thing like I used to when I didn't know any better. I will get you an Instagram, or if I have your phone number, I will call you. And I am not going to go off on the phone or anything like that because I've gotten better. I will say, when you did this, this hurt me. And I just thought that you might know, because that you need to know, because sometimes people don't know when they hurt you unless you let them know. Okay. You have to set some boundaries, because if you do not let people know how you hurt them, then they will continue to do it. And then you're the one that's going to be mad all the time because you did not speak up. I have learned how to do this through therapy, and then taking the tools that I've learned through therapy and practicing them every day. Because
Mhm.
in order to change something in your life and get people to respect you and all these things, you have to practice better habits than what you had before.
Mhm. Yes.
So it's and you have to and do what you say you're gonna do. And I do my best to do that. Yeah. So
See, Gio, but the whole thing about that is you're the one that helped me with that, being not just consistent but persistent as well, because you could keep doing something, but sometimes when we're so busy doing the same thing, but that same thing isn't working. I learned from you and other friends and accountability partners to ask questions. Ask, okay, what do you think about this idea, and how can I improve it, and be ready for that criticism that will help you to change. I know when I wasn't in a good space, I didn't want to get any criticism. I didn't want anybody to tell me what was not working, because I thought I knew everything.
well, yeah. I learned how to, well, in my, I can only go back to where I learned how to do this to get ready for criticism. Uh, I don't call it criticism. I call it get ready for growth. Because in my therapy sessions, I had to get ready for growth. I had to go back and look at all the crazy things and the wrong things I was doing, not only to other folks without knowing it,
Yeah.
but to myself. Okay, I had to get ready for growth. Now, growth is painful. That's why a lot of people don't like to look at themselves. They don't like to say or ask somebody, or what do you think about this? Because they don't want to hear no kind of criticism. They don't care. They just want to do what they want to do, no matter if it hurt people or not. Well, I learned to get ready for growth / criticism when I looked at myself and say, you're wrong. This is what you need to do. And you need to go apologize or what have you. And that is how come I don't never look at it as, criticism. I look at it for an opportunity to grow, an opportunity to be better. And yes, it hurts sometimes. And yeah, I might have a few tears, but that's okay. That's the growing part. That's how you grow. So that's it, Marlene.
Yeah. I think that that's wonderful that you said that, because everything is about how you choose to look at things. When I was in that negative space, when your mind is only focused on negativity, that's all it is that you can see. It's like everything, and you're like, oh, today's going to be a terrible day, and this, and why they looking at me, and who they think they are, and all those things. But when you're in a positive space, you're able to say, today's a wonderful day. Great things are going to happen for me. I can do something great. You see how the differences there are, but it's all about what you allow your mind to think and what space you want to stay in. And we're the only ones that can change it.
That's true, because every day I wake up, it's not no roses and smell the coffee and all of this crap and stuff. Sometimes I wake up and, it could be a message on my phone. I wake up to YouTube, go on YouTube, and that can really make you pissed off. And then you go on, you get a phone call from a relative or something, they gossiping and all of it. It's a lot of things that can happen in your life. But see, what I have learned is to say, okay, all this stuff is going on. What is it? Which part of the geo can you control? None of it. So what you gonna do? I'm gonna let it go, let God handle it, and I'm gonna start my day over. I choose to be happy today. That's how I do it.
Yes.
Because it's not, and I'm just a human being like everybody else. So you have to find ways to to just handle when things don't be right all the time, because they don't. You may see me, on YouTube in such a great way, like, oh, Geo is always what you call that, happy, or she gives good motivation, she this, she that, but you guys don't get to see, you see, when things are not right in my life, unless you in team deal with Geo. That's my team, and that's where I may tell a lot of stuff in there, because I know that people in there is going to give me what I need. Yes. And they're not going to sugarcoat it. They're going to help me get up out that space. So you do need people around you like that.
Yes.
Okay, sometimes I can't do it. Sometimes I can't let go. Sometimes I want to beat somebody up. Sometimes I want to tell somebody, I'm just a human being. Just because I went to therapy, that don't mean I don't feel all those things. Okay? But what I do know is how to call somebody on the phone and say, I'm feeling this and I want to do this. I am so glad, Marlene, I went to therapy, because I don't have to act out if I don't want to. But it's one thing about Gio, she will say what she got to say.
Yeah.
That probably won't ever change. Because it was a time that I didn't say anything and let people just walk all over me. Well, today, no, I don't think so today. But I had to practice these skills. Like when I first got out of therapy, I didn't know how to let people know who I was. I had to take the tools that I learned and put them in practice every day to get to be who I am today. I'm just grateful. I don't have to go back to where it was just so sad. I was just so sad.
And miserable and a backbiter and jealous. Oh,
Right.
I was so sick of being jealous of people. Ooh, that got on my nerves. I used to be, look at them. Oh, who they think they are. Oh, you think you're somebody. All day long, that's what I did.
Yeah, and then sometimes when I hear people say certain things, child, I be saying I used to be like that. I recognize it right off, jealousy.
Yeah.
What Miss Kim say?
She said, yes, Gio will. And especially when she's talking about herself in third person.
You know, I just have to be Gio. I don't know any other person to be other than myself.
Mhm.
And I am the type of girl, if I tell you I'm going to do something, I'll do it. If I can't, I'll get back in touch with you and let you know I can't and the reason why.
Exactly, Gio. And the reason why that's the whole thing. What you said right there, that's something that most people won't get into. They know certain things about themselves, what they need to work on, but they just leave it right there because that why makes them feel uncomfortable, or that why is gonna cause them, they gotta do some action. They gotta put some work into it. And most people aren't willing to put in the work to change anything about themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every day at some part of the day, I just sit down somewhere on my bed, at my office desk, somewhere on the couch, somewhere, and just say, "Thank you, Jesus."
Mhm.
I just say, "Thank you, Jesus." For breaking me down and sending me where I needed to go so that I could be a better person, so that I can say what I'm going to say it in a nice way, the nicest way that I possibly can, you
Mhm.
know. And then I want to thank you, God, for putting people in my life to help me be better, that I can
Mhm.
call. So I'm just glad today I can show people who I really am. And
Yeah.
yes, I get off sometimes. Y'all know it. Y'all know I get off sometimes, but I'm a human being. But at
Mhm.
least I know today I don't have to stay off all day long.
Mhm.
I know I can express my feelings, a vent to somebody, and come on back. And every now and then I lose it on YouTube. And it's okay because I know how to say, hey, I said what I said, like that girl on Atlanta Housewife. I meant it. Maybe I apologize. I didn't do it in a good way.
Mhm.
Maybe I didn't use all the correct words, but I
Mhm.
apologize for if I offended somebody. But I meant every word I said.
But let me say this, Gio. Sometimes when you are protecting yourself, it can't be done in a nice way.
Yeah, that's true too. Well,
Mhm.
that's why I said what I said, and I meant it. Because
Mhm.
people, they think they can just say and do whatever, and you're never going to do nothing.
Mhm.
And it's not right for people to do that. But people that don't know no better, like we used to didn't know no better either.
Yes.
And that's how come they get one pass from me.
Mm.
Because there was a lot of things I didn't know that I was doing or I was saying to people that was hurtful.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean every word that it's according on who it is, what you done, you know, but I don't want to get into a lot of junk on YouTube
Mm-hmm.
because that's just all it is, you know. And I just want to be positive on here. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And people, and you know, we say this all the time, Marlene. People gonna do what they gonna do,
Yeah.
no matter how many times we say something about it or whatever. They don't care. I think Nexie hit it on the nose when she
Mm-hmm.
said, "You think they care? It's all about the money. It's
Yeah.
all about the money."
Mm-hmm.
So when it's all about the money, people don't care. They don't care if they hurt you. They don't care about your journey. All
Mm-hmm.
they care about is how they gonna get what you got and then make some money off of it.
Yeah.
That's it. And them kind of people is the ones I block out of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like Michelle said, when they go low, we go high. Sometimes you just have to get in the dirt with them, then recover. That's what I'm talking about, uh, Kim.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you something about Geo. I'm not gonna get in the dirt. I mean, I'll get in the dirt with you, but I'm not
Mm-hmm.
gonna dig a hole
Mm-hmm.
because I've done that in the past. And I know that's not Geo. It don't work for me. I'll just leave you in the dirt. You say,
You
"Oh,
know,
you know
yeah,
what I'm saying, Marlene?"
yeah. See, Gio, I'm to the point now where I know people who are already in the dirt, so I'll just tell them, "Can you go take care of that for me?" They'll do it for me. I don't even have to get in the dirt anymore.
That's what
I
I'm
know,
talking
I
about.
know who to send. Though,
Yeah,
yeah, Can you take care of that for me? Mm-hmm, and they sure will. I don't let myself go down there anymore. But I know who to call, and I know who will handle it. I was like, nah,
well,
that's
if
not.
it's something that Geo needs to handle, I will get in the dirt with you, but I'm not gonna stay down there that long. And the dirt for me is actually saying what it is I feel. I may not even call your name, but you're gonna know who I'm talking about, you
Mhm,
know, and probably a lot of other folks too. But I'm just saying that
mhm,
I don't even want to be in no dirt with nobody. I don't have time for that. I want something else that's bigger
mhm,
and better, you know? And
mhm.
it's a lot of things that I have decided that I'm just not going to pay
Yeah.
attention to. And all the people that I need to unsubscribe to, I'm getting ready to do that
Mhm.
because I don't want to be bothered with a lot of stuff. I know where I'm going and I know how to get there. And so that's where my focus is. So
Yep.
I don't have time for all of that. And we can't control what people do.
Mm-mm.
If they gonna take this and take that and say this and say that, they gonna do it. Only way you could do something about it if they do it good enough so you can give them a copyright, give them a strike. You know?
Yeah. I just learned I just learned like what is important to me and what's not. I've been working on the separation
Right.
from this book that I've been reading that's been really helping me. We have to really identify like what is worth you speaking about, what's worth you not speaking about, and what's those gray areas where you can go either way. You got to identify what is worth it, and the people who are not worth it, like the people that you really don't have to deal with on a day-to-day basis, people who don't matter or whatever. And some people you just like, you're irrelevant to my life, you don't matter anyway. But if it's somebody who's important to you, that like, yeah, I'm gonna have to deal with them more than once, you may have to speak up and say, hey, look, Like this is not cool.
Right. And you'll know when to do all of that, Marlene. I'll know when to actually say I need to speak up and say something, you know. But
Mhm.
I ain't finna let all the naysayers and whoever who's
Mhm.
get in the way of what I want. I think I'm right there with you, where a lot of the stuff it just don't matter
Mhm.
because the more I think about it, I just come right back to this one point: who is in control? We cannot control these folks, but what we can do is stay focused and be so successful.
Yeah.
It'll make them cry.
No, no, Jill. When you like the saying that my dad always said. I'm not going to say it on here because people like to steal your sayings, but my dad used to say stuff, and uh, um to the summation of it, the gist of it is that just go out and do better. You
Right.
know? Just go out there and do better, and then in you're doing better, they're going to be like, man, I wish I would have kept friendship. Man, I wish I would have, whatever. But when certain people do things, they can't come back ever. Some people burn their bridge.
Yeah, you shouldn't. Now, that's another thing I learned in therapy, not to burn my bridges.
Mhm.
And my therapist say, there are certain people that you ain't going to want to have a bridge with.
Mhm.
There are certain
Mhm.
people that you don't want to burn a bridge with, even though you want to burn the bridge with.
Mhm.
Because she said there are certain bridges that's repairable.
Mhm.
Okay. And she said those are the ones that you really don't want to burn a bridge with. If you believe that that bridge can be repaired, then don't say stuff that's
Yeah.
gonna burn that bridge that's gonna hit below the gut.
Mhm.
I had to learn that and I had to stop doing that. That's why I ain't had no friends.
Yeah.
You know, that's why. And so I had to stop. I had to learn how to my delivery. That's what I'm trying to say was not
Yeah.
good. I didn't know how to deliver no how I really was feeling because how you know if you don't know what you feeling yourself. Once
Yes.
again, I go back and sit down on my bed, on my office chair, on the couch, and I say, "Thank you, Jesus."
Mm.
Today, I know how to tell somebody without cussing, you know,
Woo, that's a hard one, Gio. That's a hard one, boy, because I'm telling
without
you.
cussing, without
Mhm.
hitting below the belt. I can sit down and say, when you did this, I felt this,
Mhm.
and most people, like I say, they don't even know they hurt you.
Mhm.
And most people will say, I didn't know you felt that way. I didn't know when I said that you would feel that way. I said, yes, I do. Well, I won't
Mhm.
do that. I'm going to work on that. Those are the bridges that you don't want to burn. When people really want to work on themselves and really want to keep you as a friend. But
Yeah.
if you do not tell people how they hurt you, then that bridge will just be broken.
Yeah. It takes a lot of courage to confront people because this is one thing, boy, and that was hard for me. What I learned when I was in therapy, it hurt me so bad when my therapist says, when you go and tell people that they did something to hurt you, there's only two things that's going to happen. Okay.
Mhm.
One, they are not going to care. Okay.
True,
Be
true.
like, I don't care, whatever. Or they're gonna they're gonna apologize, and then there will be amends. So you have to be prepared for one or the other. You can't
True.
expect telling somebody something, everybody's going to come into it with an apology. There are some
Mm.
people who are going to tell you, screw you, I don't care. That's your
Yeah,
problem. Yeah.
but
And you
see,
have to be ready for that.
Right. So what I learned how to do when they say, see you, I don't care, it's okay. Well,
Mhm.
all right then. Then just block them out of my life. They will
Mhm.
never get a phone call from me. You won't get a chance to do that to me anymore. You just block. You
Mhm.
know, now if I see you out or something like that and you speak, of course I'm gonna play the game and be cordial. Hey girl.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not that type of person, hey, what's up? But you will never get a chance to hurt me again because I've been hurt too many times in my life.
Mhm.
I don't feel like getting hurt no more. And I believe that is one of the reasons, Marley, that I speak up for myself all the time.
Mm.
And if you say something to me, I am going to tell you, when you said this, I felt this. It made me
Mhm.
feel like this, like I'm not good enough. When you make me feel like that, Geo might forget about therapy. And it's hard because it's just hard when people know that that's your weak point and they
Mhm.
do that. Whatever you get is what you get. I
Yeah.
can always come back and say I'm sorry to myself and I
Yeah.
can do better. But it's just we're all human beings and we're just trying to get better. We're just trying to show people who we are. And some people, you're right, don't care.
Yeah.
That and that one,
Of course.
just block them. That's all I could tell y'all with that, because that's what
Yeah. Yeah, Gio. And you know what? My response to that is I'm a little different from you that you confront everybody. I don't. I'm the type of person I only confront somebody that I care about. That's how I roll. If I really don't care about you, you'll never hear nothing from me. I'm done with you.
no,
But if
I
I care about you, then I'll say something.
right. This is not like if it's you're right. And I feel that same way because I guess I should have said that. If it is somebody that, child, please, child, they wish they was me. You know what I'm saying? If it's somebody that's just, child, that don't even equal to my journey. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm not trying to like talk about them, but don't come for me.
Yeah, especially when you didn't give them no smoke. They just come out of nowhere with
Yeah, just
something
come out of
crazy.
nowhere with them type of people. Child, that's a job for God.
Hmm.
And I will pray on you.
Hmm.
God, just give them courage
Yeah.
to do what I did. Give them courage to walk their journey so that they could be a better person.
Hmm.
Okay? That's how I let go.
Me too.
And when
I,
I,
I all the time, Gio. I pray for people all the time, and I say, God, just help them to not be jealous.
yeah,
Remove that jealousy from their heart, because
no,
that was my thing too. So that's how I know I can speak for what I know. I remember being in that low vibrational part of my life where I didn't know my worth, I didn't know what I deserve, I didn't think I could have or be something, that I had to look at other people and feel less than because of them. Their light was so bright that it made mine seem.
right?
Like, oh, look at that. Like, people, when certain people walk in the room and they just, ooh, and everybody turns. Yeah. And I'm, look at them. I always had to find something negative to say instead of saying, wow, they're a strong, powerful force. And there's nothing wrong with that. Give people their kudos.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But you know what, Marlene? Today, let us walk in the room. We light it up so good now. And that's because we have changed to be better people. Okay? We have changed. So when I walk in a room, even when at my aunt's birthday party that I videoed, it is on my channel.
Mhm.
When I walked in there, everybody turned, hey, Gio, like the whole room, just lit up because I showed up. I was so like overwhelmed with feelings of, wow,
Mhm.
people, like love. That's what I felt.
Yeah.
Love from them. And I was like, wow, and everybody came and gave me a hug and I've worked hard for that.
Yeah. Gio, speak on that for a little bit because let me just say that not everybody, the relationship with the family has always been very amicable. Like, like some family member, like,
Oh,
like
yeah.
a little bit of,
When I first went to, well, before I went to therapy, we all got along, my
Okay.
sisters. But when I was in therapy, and I changed. Okay, I started to change. I started to speak up. I started to say that ain't right, and that ain't how that happened.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Blah blah blah. A lot of the times in the holidays, I'm the one got asked to leave. Couple, about 4 or 5 times.
Yes, Gio. You know how many times you get say, "Can you leave?" Because you
Yeah,
starting it up.
because
Hmm.
right, because of secrets. See, I ain't willing to keep no more secrets. That's what got me in the therapy, keeping all them old
Mhm.
darn family secrets. They ain't
Yeah.
even worth telling to nobody, but they were something to me. We can't talk about that. We talk about that, they gonna know. It was some kind of
Good.
shame attached to it. If you talk about a certain thing in your family and this and that, see,
Mhm.
that's the second thing that got me into therapy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to keep your secrets
Mm-mm.
in the family. I'm talking about family now. Okay, I'm not trying to keep a secret. So if I'm at a function and here you is at my table or whatever table I'm sitting at, and you're telling a backstory from the family, and if I don't hear it right, Gio gonna say something. I'll say, well, that's not how I saw it. This is the way I see it. And that particular time I got put out.
Yeah. Yeah, my whole thing, Gio, is I know what you're talking about because when I went in therapy, girl, I was on fire for the truth. I was like, that is not how it happened because you know that they was drinking and this and
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah, you can go. Yeah,
yeah.
they don't want you to reveal see the whole thing about the truth is the truth never changes. It's just that people add stuff to it to make it more, what do you call it? Palatable, like easier to swallow. But some things is just not easy to swallow. It never will be.
Well, no,
That's
but
just what it
some
is.
what they do is they make up stuff that didn't happen to make it easier to swallow in my family. You
Mm.
see what I'm saying? And I come with straight truth because see, truth set me free up in therapy. Truth made it possible for me to look at myself and say, Gio, you need to change. Forgive yourself. You are good enough to do whatever you want. Truth will set you free. Secrets will hold you down. I'm not, when I learned that in therapy, child, I told my friend, well, I'm sorry, I'll never come to another family thing no more like that.
Mhm.
That's when I left. But as time went on, and they really wanted, we had this, it's five of us sisters, and we had this family bond, sister
Mhm.
bond. One of
Mhm.
us wasn't in it, and that was me. So guess what they did? They changed.
Mhm.
They stopped doing a lot of the things that they used to do because they wanted me back.
Yeah.
And so that didn't happen like right away, Marlene. It happened with time.
So many years. See, the whole thing, let me just say it like this, Gio. When I went to therapy, I had to, it's like when you start working on yourself, it's like you want to fix everybody too. You know what I mean? You want everybody to have the peace that you have now and to feel good about themselves. But some people just don't want that amongst your relatives. And I had to learn that. You have to let people get there when they get there. But I had to have a family meeting and say that from now on, I don't want to be a part of negativity. If it's negative, don't put me in that group text. If it's not something positive, I don't want to talk about it or whatever it is. Like, but I had to have conversations like, now we're going to do things that maybe in the past we didn't always do. Like, now let's say, I want the best for you. I believe in you. We're going to encourage one another. And sometimes within relatives, that's not something that has been the narrative, right? It hasn't been the environment in the family that we're going to encourage each other. We're going to speak positively about one another instead of, oh, look at them, look what they're doing. No, we're not going to do that. I said all of that is gone, and if you guys want to be a part of it, leave me out of that discussion or that get together. But if it's going to be a positive environment and you guys want to be kind and loving and greet one another, then I'll go to those things. But it's something that I had to start with myself and my immediate family. And then it started to trickle down to other people.
Yep. Like I said, when I walk, I mean, I walked in, this is for the last 10 years. Okay. I've been good with my family. They've been good with me. They know what I will talk about and they know what I ain't going to be bothered with. Okay. And when I've walked in my family reunions, my family birthdays, whatever we have, I have felt for the last 10 years nothing but love. But it took what you done, Marlene. It took me showing them who the new Geo was. It took me showing them what boundaries I'm gonna set. And guess what, Marlene? That takes courage.
It does.
Because fear will pop up in there and say, you better stop because you ain't gonna have no family. Well, I didn't have one in the first place, not like I wanted. You understand what I'm saying? It wasn't, it was just, I couldn't live in that like it was. Either I was going to leave them alone or we all going to change together. So that's why I said God knew what he was doing when he picked the right sister to break down. Because I will stay the course. I have found a lot of courage I didn't think I had. And I'm still finding courage to go do what it is I need to do.
That's so true, Gio. And I'm so glad that you said that because it does take one or a few people amongst the relatives to say, we're going to do this or we're going to do that. Or if you have a regular group of friends, there has to be somebody amongst the friends that we all know there's always one or two people in that group of friends that will always do something or start something. And we're like, there has to be somebody to speak up and even tell them privately, hey, what you're doing, that's not going to be allowed anymore. So either you're going to come and be cool and grown up and mature or stay home.
Right. And most people, like when you show people who you are and your values and your core beliefs and all of this stuff, it's on them then. You need to make a choice if you want to stay in the group where I'm at.
Yeah.
Because Geo is not going to put up with this, and that because Geo going to say something. So it's really, they need to go fix themselves. Because I done went through my journey, and I'm not saying I'm perfect, Marlene. I'm just saying I am not the one that's not gonna say something. I've never, even when I was back there and didn't know I was hurting folks about how I said it, I was speaking up for myself back then, but I didn't know I did it in such an ugly way. You see what I'm saying? But today, I don't do it in such an ugly way. So
yeah.
I try to do it peacefully and lovingly. That's what I learned in therapy. She always told me, why you got to be so hard? That's what my therapist. And every now and then I find myself trying to, but I don't want to be hard. I just want to be good. I just want you to know you can't do these things to me.
See, Gia, I don't think that you're hard. I just think you're blatantly honest. Like you just come straight. There's no like going around the corner or trying to sugarcoat or anything like that. That's your personality. That's just who you are. You just tell them like, hey, hey, this is what it is. These are the cards on the table. And some people like that, some people don't, but that's their issue. But I'm definitely the type of person that I'm a person that I think I think for a long time before I say something to somebody. So when I say something to somebody, boy, when I say it, everybody's looking because they know I don't say much. When I say it, I've been thinking about it, and then I never have no regrets
Yeah.
because I've been meaning to say it, and I just, all right, that's it, I'm done. And I don't care, you could come or go. It's up to you.
Yeah.
Hmm.
People have choices today. You can stay in somebody's life and put up with their bull, or you can set a boundary, or you can block them.
I prefer to, nobody told me when back in the day, maybe about 5 years ago, I didn't know about the block button. I didn't know about the block button. I don't know, Gio. I just thought that when you have relatives and friends, that you have to put up with their mess all the time. I did. And I don't know who got that, but that's what I got when I was growing up. That's your family, and that's what you do. Like, you got to put up with all their mess all the time. And that's not healthy. It's toxic.
Well, when I went to therapy, that's why my family told me I was in a cult
Mm.
when I was in therapy, because I changed so much and wouldn't put up with their junk.
Mhm.
So now I'm in a cult. I said it's the best cult I ever been in. You need to come on with me. Get put out again. I can't tell you how many times I done got put out. When I because I was only doing what my therapist said to do. She said, "Don't keep no secrets. If they tell it one way, you tell your truth your way."
Mhm.
And they did not like it.
Yeah.
So and then I know, Marlene, I had to give my family time to catch up.
Mhm.
That's why it took years. This is not. I went to therapy for 5 years, and then the next 2 years, here come my family. They all in with me. No, it took
Mhm.
time, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
This is not something that happened 2, 3, 4 years. This took time. I had to go get other friends that were
Mhm.
in my group. We had 15 of us in a group where we would come together and talk about our families and where we at and all of this kind of stuff. And I had to adopt them as my family until my family caught
Got
up.
on board. Mhm.
So
I know.
don't think that this happened overnight. No, I had to stand my ground. I
Yeah.
had to show my family who I was, that I'm not that old Geo no more that want to get in and stir up the pot, stir up the pot with the mess. You know what I'm saying? I had to tell, I'm not there no more. This is who I am. This is who God intended for me to be.
Mhm.
Y'all need to catch up,
Yeah.
and it took a many years to do it, but now we're tight.
Yeah.
Let somebody mess with me, they'll beat you down.
Yeah, the whole thing about it is that one thing that I had to learn is I had to learn how to get a backbone. I had to learn to not allow everybody to offend me. And I had to also learn when somebody does something to me, if it offends me that bad, then you need to speak on it. Why does it offend you? Is that a projection, or is that a truth? That's what I had to learn to evaluate. I had to find out the difference between the two. Is this me, or is this them? And that was hard for me to get into that, right?
Yeah.
That some things like that's you. Yeah.
Yeah, take a look at yourself. Man in the mirror.
Hmm.
That's hard. Is it you or is it them? I went through that too, Marlene. Gio, is it you? You need to maybe take a, but then I could, sometimes it was not me, it was them. Sometimes you have to really give it back to who trying to give you their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, Marlene, it is not you.
Mm-hmm.
It's them.
Exactly. And that's one of the things, Gio, that was so hard for me to digest, that that's their problem, and
Right,
you need to give them back their own business. That's a
right,
big that was a big issue for me. Like, stop taking up the problems of other people.
right.
That's not my
If
business.
we,
That's not my problem. I don't
right,
care. You need money. Well, you need to go fix it and stop wasting your money. Yeah.
right.
Hmm.
Well, Marlene, showing people who you are is a journey.
Hmm.
You know, I I give kudos to people that can do it, that, can just tell people, how it is with nicely, without this and without that. I can do that today too, but it's just not an easy journey.
Hmm.
People that don't like confrontation, you know what I'm saying? It's not an easy journey, but you must stand up for yourself at some point in time. Because if you don't, all of that's gonna keep pushing down, keep every time somebody do something to you. And when that last person do something to you, child, you gonna explode
Yeah.
into something that you don't even know you could have been. And then
Hmm.
you, after it's all over, ask me because I done it. And when
Hmm.
it's all over, you're gonna be sitting on the side of the bed asking yourself, why I have to act like I could have handled that situation
I
too.
could have done way better.
Yeah,
Hmm.
you'll be. Oh, that's where you'll be. If you have to confront folks sometimes before it gets to be too big.
Hmm.
You have to learn how to do it, even if you don't like to do it. I ain't like to do it either, but now, baby, I'll do it
Hmm.
and don't mind doing it because today I know that's to protect me. And so that I don't have to keep pushing stuff down, then go out for them crazy, and then have to come back and sit on the side of the bed and say, "No, why I did that? I could have." I'm not gonna do no if I coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Hmm.
Mm-mm.
And then, Gio, the one issue that I had is I would always do something, snap off, and then later come back saying sorry. And that gets old really fast.
Yeah,
People get sick of you always being sorry but never making changes. And that's something that I had to learn to change inside of myself. It's better if you stop saying sorry and change the behavior that caused the issue.
yes. But
Hmm.
if they have the issue, Marlene, and you snapped off at them, I have learned how to say, I said what I said.
Mhm.
And I'm not sorry about it. I meant every word. Because most of the time, people need to apologize to you. But they want to act like it's your fault. So you have to go back and say you're sorry. Sometimes we do that to our own self because sometimes I feel like that too, especially with my kid.
Mhm.
Okay. She knows how to push Geo's buttons. Okay.
They
And
do. They do. They know how to push your buttons, man. Oh, they
yeah.
know what they're doing. Mm.
And sometimes I be saying, oh, shoot, maybe I shouldn't have said. Then I come back and remember, and I said every word I said. I don't say I'm sorry. She's the one that calls me and said, Mama, I'm sorry. Okay, let's move on.
Mhm.
But before it was always me,
Mhm.
trying to get that, oh, let me, because she may not call me no more. Girl, I could care less today.
Yeah, block them too. I put them on block. I
Yeah.
was like, I said, say one more thing. I got my finger on the block. Say one more thing.
But today she knows now because I had to, you know what I even had to show her who I was, who I'm not gonna be. I'm never gonna be. I'm gonna be your friend because we are much older now, but not to the point to I ain't your mama.
Mhm,
I'm your mama. Cause see, I'm gonna be there when nobody else will.
mhm.
I'm gonna be there to pick up the pieces when everybody else gone. So
Yeah.
you need to speak to me in a way that you know that I'm your mama.
Mhm.
You know, well, I'm almost 40. So I don't care if you're 60. You're going to speak to me like I'm your mother. I ain't had no more problem out of her.
Oh my goodness.
I
See, and
don't know
that's
why kids try you.
listen. I think every kid does that because I tried that with my mama one day. I called my mama by her first name. I was like, okay. I said, "Oh, please, Gloria." My mom said, "What did you say?" She got close to me, posted me up in the corner. I forgot. I was like, "But I thought because I was."
Hmm.
She's like, "I'm always gonna be your mama. Don't you ever forget it." I thought
Yeah.
because I was grown now, I could talk to her like, okay, we both grown. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. Not your mama.
No, you never get grown to your mama. I learned that lesson quick. I got posted up. Mm.
Yeah, they get. I'm almost 40. I don't care if you're 60. You will speak to
She
me.
didn't care.
I'm
She
your
didn't.
mother.
I was like, I said, can you get me something, Gloria? Mama said, what did you? Excuse me? I was like, huh? I didn't even know what I done. I got so comfortable. And she said, say that again. I was like, and I had the nerve to say it again. I said, I
Mhm.
said, can you get that for me, Gloria? That's it. It was over. I
Oh,
got posted up in the corner, and my brothers had said, Mom, it's okay. Mom, release her clothes. Yeah, Mom. She go, ooh, she snapped. It was like, I never called me by my first name. You lost your mind.
it's a lot of kids that do call they
Oh, not an old school mama. Not an old school
not in
mama.
old school.
No, old school. New school people could do what they want to. But my mom said, I'm old school and I'm always going to be old school. You're going
Mm.
to never call me by my first name.
Hmm.
No, ma'am.
Yeah, even my grandkids, they dare not do that. I already told them, I don't care what you say your friend did. That's in their house. That don't happen over here. You know, I said, now I will let y'all tell me how y'all feel and this and that and that. That's okay. I said, but you will respect me. I'm your grandmother. You know, that's it. I'm not your friend. Because I need to let them know that I am an authoritative figure. And you need to respect that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
my
able.
friends, they call their mother and father by their first name. I say, well,
Mm-hmm.
that's over there in their household, but that's not how we run it over here.
Mm-hmm.
And after that conversation, I ain't had no problem with them
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, my mama always said, you can call me by my first name when you move and you got your own place. So that's I got comfortable. She forgot what she said years ago. But she said, I just said that because you was a kid. I was like, I was ready. I was like, I had moved out. I had moved out. I don't come up in the house and be like, yeah,
Oh,
Gloria, get me
girl.
something to drink. What? I was like, what I said? I was like, we both grown now, right?
Hmm. Yeah,
Hmm.
I like what Kim said.
Yeah,
You put it back on the screen.
yeah. It's called respect.
Yeah, so my son and his white friends laugh about that. They are always asking him why he has to behave a certain way when they hear interactions over the phone. I said to him, tell them it's called respect. That's right. They don't have none. Well, not, let me not say that. Some kids, and I'm not
Some
saying
kids.
just all, some kids don't have no respect, period.
Yeah.
Period.
I've seen it, and I have to say, of all races.
Yes, in all races.
Yes, in all races, that some children do not respect their parents.
Mm-mm.
And I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Some parents don't do the best in with their behavior, but you still supposed to respect your parents regardless.
Now, how you gonna let a 5-year-old slap you in the grocery store? No, they
Yeah,
couldn't do nothing.
don't get me started on that one. Don't
We
get me
that could
started.
not have been my child. That's all I have. And my child would not have done that because I would have had a good talk in the car like I always do. I used to take all 4 of my grandkids to the store with me. And we used to have a 15-minute talk before I got to the grocery store. How they gonna act, what they cannot ask me for, and what I'm going to buy them. If you ask for anything else, I'm not going to have the money. I do want you guys to understand that. And so once I did, I said, if you act out, I will whoop your butt right up in I used to have this big
Mm,
purse with a belt in it, and I
mm,
show it to them.
mm, mm,
And then
mm.
when I got to the grocery store, no problem.
Oh, I know just about everybody who is in this chat got the conversation in the car before you got out, right?
Yeah.
And it was with the parents would talk to you with their teeth clenched. You know the when we get in that store, don't touch nothing. And you better be right beside me.
Hmm.
And don't ask me for nothing.
That's what I'm saying. Shoot, now, that's what my parents did to us. It was 8 of us. We had to go in the store with my mother.
Hmm.
It was well when I used to go to the store with my mother. It was only like 5 of us,
Hmm.
and she would tell us. She would stop the car, turn around with this stern face, and she said, "We going in this store. I don't want y'all to ask me for nothing. I'm gonna buy what I want to buy for y'all, and if you don't like it, don't eat it. But right now, I only have a certain amount of money for this, this, and this, and that's it. And I want y'all to hold hands and follow behind me. I don't want you to talk."
Hmm.
We would look at each other, and you better do what she said, because if you didn't, she telling daddy, because daddy like to whoop.
Oh, see, it was opposite in our houses. My mom said, I ain't got time to wait. He said, I got too many children to be waiting on your daddy.
Yeah, back in the day, it was I respected my parents,
I can't say that, Gio. I was a wild one.
Well, I
Mhm.
respected them because I didn't want no whipping.
That didn't phase me at all. I didn't care about whoopings.
Child, I
I didn't
did.
care.
Hurt.
It's not that I didn't respect them, but we have so much sibling. Listen, Gio, when you got 10 siblings, I can't explain it to you. It's either you stay with the bigger group, right?
Yeah.
Or you listen to your mom and dad. I ain't gonna have 10 people beating me up. I'd rather take one whooping from my mama than get whooped by all my siblings. That's how I
Oh,
looked at it. I was like,
oh.
nah, I was like, I'm gonna be loyal to my siblings. Nope, nope, nope.
You see, you was the youngest. It wasn't like that in with us. We all got the whipping. It didn't matter where you was, but we always try to get together and figure out how not to get the whipping. Okay, that's what we did. But as a whole, I look back, I had an okay upbringing, and one thing that I will always appreciate about my parents is they took me to church.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and they introduced me to Jesus Christ. They introduced me to another way. Okay, and that He died on the cross for me. And that my sins were gone after that, and that I can forgive, and that He is a forgiving God. That's what I learned as a kid. And when I got away from it as a young adult, is when my life went down somewhere over there somewhere, and I had to go to therapy to get it back and say, God, I'm sorry. Please take me back. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that they did that, even though we was 24/7 church people. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that 24/7. I know Miss Kim know what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
I appreciate that today.
Listen, Jill, you could, I don't know, but it was like the more that as I got older, it's like the more my brain started thinking, what could I get away with?
Lord, Marlene, you was bad.
I was that child, yes. And when my mom said, when I got to be 18, my mama got on her knees and said, Lord, I made her. She was like, I made her.
I know she was glad. Get out. Don't come back.
Mama was like, Lord. Mama said, eyes free.
Eyes free, Lord. Thank you. But you must have been really bad.
When I got to be about 20, 21 is when I really got what I did to my mom. And I went back and said, Mom, I'm sorry for how bad I was. And my mom just was like, whew. Mom said, of all my kids, you.
Yeah, I had what's her name? Miss Kim was asking, did we have Christian therapists? Yes.
Mhm.
Mine was.
I
Yeah.
I had an old school. She was real near retirement, and she was like, "You gonna make me want to retire early." Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah.
I
I had a
did.
Chris- I didn't I got referred to this lady by a friend of mine, and I had no idea that she was a believer. But you know, when God moves in your life and direct your steps, you know you're gonna land in the right place because
Yep.
child, this lady was so the right therapist for me. And she, yes, very much so. She believes what I believe, and that just made it even better.
Wow.
The trust was built a bit faster. Yeah.
Wow, Jill, you got a nice. I'll get with you. She's who do you think you trying to fool? She cussed me out a few times.
Well, Marlene, let me just say this: God sent you to where
I
you
got the
need
one
to
that I
go.
needed to get.
Right. Because if your mama got on her knees and said, Lord, I made it, I know you was bad. I know you gave her some worst days
Woo, my poor mama.
of her life. And so
Woo.
I already know what you done to the therapist. You probably did ran her crazy too.
I did. She was like, she told me one day, she said, get out. Get out. I said, no, you didn't spell it out. She said, yeah, if you didn't get it. I
Oh,
got put out. She said, don't come back until you know how to act right. I was like, I don't care.
she said, look at Miss Kim talking about cuss vanity.
Yeah.
We haven't, we don't cuss vanity on
No.
our channels.
Mm-mm.
Now we made up that word,
Yeah.
okay, in Teamville.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
I needed it, Miss Kim. I needed it. And my brothers used to, I remember, I think the biggest change that happened for me, Gio, was when when I had done something so bad and they had called the police. Okay. And the police was going to come and take me to jail. Right. And my dad said, you are 17. This is the only reason why you are free. He said, next, if it had been 1 year later, you would have been done. Said, Daddy can't save you no more. And I
oh
think that was the time where that shook me up.
yeah, you got scared.
I got scared. What they say, scared straight.
Right.
Yeah. But I was bad.
Golly.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, you was bad girl.
Mm-hmm.
You could have been on that reality show.
I could have been on the what you call it, them dollar papers.
No, they had a reality show called Bad Girls. You can fit it right on in.
Yes, I was child. I had a fun childhood. Well, it was fun to me. It wasn't fun to my parents, but
Mm, mm,
I
mm,
had a fun childhood.
mm. Well, I
Yep.
want to thank you for letting me come up, Marlene.
Okay, Gio. I'll be rocking. I got to get my 2 hours. I'll be rocking for 10 more minutes. Thanks for coming up.
Okay, so yeah, I gotta go and do something right quick. So I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you
Okay,
guys for being in the chat and listening to me and Marlene. Thank you so much. I will check y'all the next time I'm up here sharing
yeah,
about my life.
that's right, Gio. Have a
Bye
great
bye.
day. Thank
Okay.
you. Yes, Gio, that's my ace. Yeah, that was my show. But I remember, but it wasn't until my daddy told me that yeah, he couldn't save me no more. If I didn't act right, he said next year you 18. He said next time you gonna be going to the real lockup. And that's what got me mhm. That's what got me to grow up a little bit. And my mom was so happy. I made it to 18 and not went to prison. Yeah, she was happy. Hey, Misha, how are you doing? Welcome. Yeah, that's my story. So can nobody tell me I haven't survived things? Some of it, I admit that some things in my life, well, I can't say some, most of the things I did, but I also had a history of some things that happened to me too. But um, I just wanted to say that even when you go through things in your life, right? Even when you go through things, you go through difficulties, you go through problems and struggles and all of that. You can't stay there at a certain period of time. You got to grow up. Yeah, I'm doing good, Misha. Thank you so much for being here. I'm a rebel without a cause. That used to be my saying as a teenager. Letitia, you too, you don't even look like you could be bad. But, it's always surprising the ones that were the bad ones. And the whole thing about it is, I didn't think I was bad. I didn't think I was bad. I just thought I was being me. Yeah, I was just being me. I like to have fun. That's what I thought I was doing. See, when you're younger and before you know yourself and you listening to other people, people will get you cased up. It only take one moment. Um, it only take one moment for your whole life to change. I'm just grateful that I didn't go down a path that I couldn't back backpedal from. So yeah, it's all those things. So let's see what I miss here. What does that mean, realist? That sounds familiar. So, realist, you was bad too? He said he was good, but realist said he was good. I can't say that because I know if I said I was good, I knew I would get hit by lightning right now. I know. People be like, ooh, I would get hit right now. I can never say I was good. Mm-mm, I can't say that. I just was me. I was just me. So, yeah, that's all I came on to hang out with you guys. Thank you all for listening to me babble on. And I didn't even go through these points that I had put up here to talk about this is who you show them you are. So, my point was, you can say all day long who we are, but who are we really? Who are you when you are beat down? Hmm. Who are you when you are the subject of gossip? Who are you when the odds are against you? We each have survived something. We each have been through something, but it's about you allowing yourself to be you and standing up for what you believe in. And don't tell people who you are, show them and show yourself, convince yourself. That's what it's all about. Everybody else is irrelevant. You got to know yourself. You got to love yourself. You got to be your own friend, and you got to trust who you're supposed to be in this life. Believe in that light, believe in that power. Yeah. And everything will be good after that. Once you know yourself and once you love yourself, there's nobody that can convince you of any different. So, yeah, that's what I came on to say. Thank you guys so much for supporting me and supporting this channel. Okay, now it reminds me of an 80s movie line. Oh, okay. Leticia says, I was forced to act as an adult for my siblings very young and lost out on a significant part of my childhood, so no one could tell me. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I had the reverse because I was the youngest. I was a lot of things. Yeah, all of those things. So thank you all so much for joining me today. And shout out to Miss Leticia for joining membership. And shout out to my 5 new members, my 6 members, including Leticia. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for your support. Thanks for hanging out with me today. And I believe I'm going to be back tomorrow sometime in the evening. So I'm trying to get these a last push of watch time hours so we can get fully monetized over here. Yeah, all of that. So thank y'all so much for supporting me. If you have not hit the like on the way in, hit the like on the way out. To my replay gang, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for commenting. Thank you so much for subscribing to this channel. I appreciate each and every one of you. And remember to be the change that you want in this world. If you don't like something about your life, have the courage and the confidence to change it. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you so much for sharing. You guys take care. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Mañana. Bye, guys.